Oh my goodness. We're here again, and I've missed you so much. So much. Oh my goodness. I can't believe once again that we've made it through another week. Now, I don't know about you. I feel like I say this a lot, but it feels to me like more than a week has passed since we last connected. Let me know if that's true for you. I feel like time has been, I don't know, relatable in a different sort of way. That time has been shifting and changing, and so as I'm saying it, last time we connected was last Tuesday. It feels to me like almost 4 months has passed because so much has happened in that time. It's so interesting, so crazy. So I'm so glad that we're here. I've been going through it. I'm not gonna lie. These last 3-4 weeks have been holy moly so incredibly intense, and I know I'm starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm like actually starting to see the shift coming up and out of it. It has been wow between Mercury retrograde, this last shadow phase. Kayla, hello my love, glad you're here. Yeah, between the post-shadow phase, all sorts of stuff. I'm literally watching myself molt. Like layers of my skin are coming. I mean, not literally layers of my skin, but like layers of this external, like, it feels like that all the time. Like I'm just constantly like this, getting shit off of me. It's gnarly, man. Is it going on with you too? Let me know, because I want you to know that I'm here to do these videos with you to just kind of help give you a little boost through the week, right? It's an intense world out there. So I hope at least this, 15, 20-minute segment, this time that we get to spend together is a breath of fresh air, because I'll tell you, I look forward to these. These Transformational Tuesdays have become a check-in point for me. And honestly, it's been the thing I've done the most consistently for the longest time of my life. So I'm pretty excited about this Transformational Tuesday thing. We're using the Psychic Tarot for the Heart. This used to be a deck that I only used for myself. I wouldn't let anyone touch them. I kept them to myself. They were my own personal deck, and I'm so thrilled to be sharing them with you. The reason I like these and the reason I busted these out today is because it's not all sunshine and roses in this deck. This one has the light, it has the shadow, it has the beauty, it has the grace. It also has the demise, where you're selling yourself short, where you're not seeing yourself clearly. All these things are in this deck. And that's like when I want some like real definitive, like show me where I am screwing up. This is usually the deck that I go to, because this one just kind of breaks it down and gives a little bit more of a straight shot sort of answer and guidance. Like, I want to know where I'm screwing up. I want to know where my dark corners are. I want to know where I have room to grow. When shit is hitting the fan like it has been, it's like, let me see what I actually do have control of to be able to shift and change and grow, right? And so that is that like, that shedding, that getting it off. Man, I crack myself up so you guys don't have to. All right. Let's go ahead. That one just popped right out. So let's go ahead and pull two more. I have a feeling, and I had a feeling when we were coming out here, or when I was coming up here to my office, that today's reading is going to have a lot to do with relationships, and how relationships are here to teach us, how to help us grow, how to do all sorts of really beautiful, wonderful things. And in those relationships, that's where we actually get to expand. And if we're sitting there playing the blame game, it's them, it's them, it's them, it's them, it's them, it's them, nothing happens inside of our core. Nothing happens inside of our core. We don't get to shift and change because we're so busy projecting and blaming that we get nothing out of it. And let me tell you, when things in relationships start going awry, that is the gold. That's the gold. That's the golden pocket of life, because that's when you figure out what your principles are, what your values are, what your boundaries are, how you want to show up in the world, how you want to handle circumstances and situations. This is how you get to see what it is that you're made of, what it is that's worth fighting for, and what's worth letting go of. That really is where you have control of the circumstances that's going on in your life. So, that being said, let's dive into this. By the way, this actually is Psychic Tarot for the Heart, so it is a relationship deck. All right, so we have Teach. 5. 5 is one of my favorite numbers. This is one of the major arcana in this deck. So let's go ahead and see where Teach is. And it's coming through pretty clearly that this really is about whatever circumstance that's going on, that your role in this particular thing, whatever it is that's coming up for you, whatever relationship came to mind as I was talking about before we got into these cards, whatever one that is for you, it's important for you to look at being in the lead role. That it is about you showing up to teach, and it is about you showing up to lead this person that you are working with and working through, allowing yourself to be the one that's leading the healing, leading the conversations, leading the communication, leading the actions. That no matter what happens, that if, you know, like let's say there's a relationship that's breaking down, right? And someone's going one way and the other person's going the other way, and I don't care what relationship form that is for you, that is hard, right? It's challenging. It doesn't matter if it's a coworker, if it's a boss, if it's a family member, if it's a lover, it doesn't matter, it hurts. So when we're in this role of looking at teaching, no matter what you do, or no matter what their reaction is, it's important for you to hold steady and hold into your integrity of saying, I'm here, I'm staying true. Or you can choose to walk away, right? You can choose to just step back and let go, because maybe the relationship, maybe the dynamics isn't healthy anyway. Maybe it isn't something that's beneficial for both parties involved. Maybe you just have to take a break for several months or even maybe a year or so before you can come back and be in relationship with somebody again. And this is perfectly okay. We have to have this sort of rubber band expansion and contraction that happens in our lives that allows us this freedom to be able to grow into who it is that we are becoming. Because we can't always grow, right, when somebody is hawking us or always right there, and somebody else can't grow if you're always hawking them and being on top of them. But what you can do is stand your ground and hold steady to where it is that you believe you are, where your values are, where your morals stand, and who it is that you want to show up as. So this next one here is Master. I love we have another major arcana card. So this Master, this image is such a powerful one for me, and I love when this card shows up because this is the period of mastery for you. That whatever lesson it is that you're learning, you've been here before, right? You've been here before. You know the lessons that are showing up. You're wiser than you were before. You know how to handle these circumstances a little bit better and with a little bit more grace. So when you find that space inside of your heart, this isn't about mastering anything outside of yourself. You see this? This is about mastering what is going on within. This is about mastering your heart. I might cry for this part. But I wanted to say, yesterday was a really hard day for me. I cried a lot. And I cried a lot on Friday too. I've had some really intense shifts that have been going on, a lot of really intense body shifts and changes, physical things happening as well. And so it's been a lot. And so yesterday with my post, I cannot tell you how much I genuinely appreciated it. And one of the things that I've learned in the last 3 days is how to receive love. I don't feel like I've ever been able to receive love because my programming says that love comes at a cost. That love comes at a cost of pain and suffering and hurt. And although that is happening in my life right now, I'm learning how to continue to keep myself open, to continue to keep things moving through, and to continue to allow that love in. And so it sounds so funny to say that we're able to do this through Facebook, but that send love post that so many of you responded to with even just like heart emojis and I'm here for you, you know, if you need to call. I can't tell you how much it meant to me because for the first time in my life, I actually felt like I was able to receive it, that it wasn't just a message, that I was able to keep my heart open and able to actually see the value, the true value of relationship and community and tribe and what I've been working so hard for so long to be able to create. And so I guess I'm making this a little bit about me, but I hope that you're getting something out of it, because for me, this card represents so much about mastering the ability to receive, because I'm really good at giving. I'm really good at giving so much that I don't have anything left to give, and I've done it over and over and over again in my life. So this mastering is also representing for me that giving and receiving, that balance of allowing that heart space to be open. And it gives you this opportunity to be in a place, in a space where you are able to hold your ground, where you are able to be so steady and true to yourself that it shows and it teaches others how to do the same. It shows and it teaches others how they can receive you and how they can love you, and all of it coming through so much. Michelle, I see you saying that you understand this reading so much, and I'm so thankful for that, because I know you've been sending me some messages lately, so I'm happy that you're able to also receive this. So thank you. Thank you, my loves. Thank you, my tribe. Thank you for showing up in so much. It really means the world to me. Oh, and I love that we have another major arcana. So this one here being observe. And this observe, you see that this is reflections of the same person, right? So this all has to do with you. It all has to do with you resonating with yourself, with you observing who you be, with you really, really giving yourself the opportunity to see how you are reacting and responding to the circumstances that are happening in your life right now, right? That observation, that ability to really see yourself clearly. And the key to observing is, one, to not control what it is that you're seeing, right? Because you're looking at it through a lens. You're looking at it through the filter of which you've experienced life. So when you look at that space from that observation point, there's also an opportunity for you to be really honest with yourself, or for you to go back into old patterns and lie to yourself again. So really important here that this observe card is here to show you and here to remind you to step back. Sometimes the best thing that we can do is to stop, to pull our hands out of the circumstance, pull our fingers away from the situation, and to just let what it is that you are observing, let what it is that you are seeing to be true for yourself, to just simply come through. And if you allow it to come through with curiosity, then you can truly allow it to come through with curiosity. You don't have to judge, you don't have to think, you don't have to, put a label onto whatever it is that's happening for you. But when you observe yourself, that's a key here. You must observe yourself. What is your internal dialogue? This is where it gets really, really subtle. And I think people get impatient, or they don't want to dive in because it's like, well, the answers didn't come right away. Well, you have to give it time, and you have to start to see yourself. And when you start developing a practice of observing who it is that you truly be, this is when you really get to know who you are. This is when you really get to that, remember that little golden pocket of life that shows you what you're capable of, who it is that you be, what you're here to do, all connected to your divine purpose. You find this through challenges in relationship. It's always challenges in relationship, right? And sometimes that challenge in relationship is your relationship with yourself. How do you want to be, and how do you want to show up in the world? And that is what is key and so, so, so important. So here, coming back to this first one, the role that you're playing in the relationship that is a little bit rocky right now, or even one that's new and blossoming, or whatever it be, whatever relationship is coming up for you right now, and maybe it's multiple, but be in the lead, be in that teaching role, be in the role where you are showing up and you're showing the other person how you want to build the relationship. And doing that from a place of integrity, authenticity, from honesty, all of the above, and you're going to see that you really are here for something so much greater than what you're seeing right now. Some of you may have an idea inside, you know what your purpose is, you know what your intention is, you know what you want these relationships to look like. And so when you start teaching and leading the roles, you make a bigger influence and impact than you even know, than when you're in the reactionary position, when you're just reacting to what's happening. And we all get caught in that, right? Takes a lot to unprogram these systems that we've, come through, even just in our own growth, in our own stepping stones into our own maturity. It's like there's no harm, no foul, no punishment, no shame here. It's just a matter of being aware that we are all learning. We're all learning how to master our own heart. We're all learning how to come here for ourselves, how to learn to speak from the heart, how to learn to open the heart, to be open to giving and receiving, that we can allow ourselves to fill ourselves back up from what it is that we are sharing with others. So that is the MasterCard. Then we have observe. So observing what it is that you are seeing about yourself. Remember, this is about you. This is not about anywhere else, anything outside of you. This is about you observing your reaction and giving yourself time to respond. Much, much different circumstance and situation. So, yay, yay, yay. Thank you for being here with me. I think this might have been the first Transformational Tuesday that I cried on. It might not be. It might not be. Who knows? Feels really vulnerable. Feels really tender. And I'm just thankful that I have all of you here in this little online community and in my local loving community here. I'm so thankful. So thankful. We do have Become coming up. It's June 14th, 15th, and 16th. That's the next live event that I'm going to be doing here in Reno. So if you are out of town, start making your plans and arrangements now. Tickets are on sale. Send me a private message and we will get a hold of you. I'd love for myself and my team to actually talk with you, just get to know you a little bit before signing you up. Like I said, the importance of tribe, the importance of the community that we've been building is so profound and has been so beautiful, challenging as well to build and create. But at the same time, I'm thrilled to say that we're going to keep growing, we're going to keep thriving, we're going to keep learning with each other. And so with that, your opportunity there to be with us in person is Become here in Reno. So the other exciting thing is that doors are open for the Intuitive Connection Academy. Private message me for that one as well. The Intuitive Connection Academy is a year-long training program where we are going to be deep diving into a theme every month, live class, live meditation, and live Q&A. It has been so transformative for the people who are in there that are participating and joining in. It has been a life-changing experience for myself as well, so I could not be more thrilled to share that with you. I teach people how to develop their intuitive sense of self through personal healing. So I believe that once you learn to heal yourself and once you learn to connect with your energy body, your intuitive abilities start to open up just by how it happens. So it's important to me to teach you how to use your intuitive sense of self by the way that you intuitively know how to use it, rather than telling you how mine works or how somebody else's works. I believe in teaching you how to heal yourself first. And once you learn to heal yourself first, you then know how to open the channels to being able to see yourself and others clearly through your own intuitive sense of self. So the Intuitive Connection Academy doors are open. Private message me. Or even drop a couple emojis in the comments here and we'll get a hold of you and just say hello and connect. And yeah, I'm just so thankful that each and every one of you are in my life. So thank you for being here. Happy Transformational Tuesday. Keep them coming. Keep them rolling. I will definitely be live again this week. So look out for that. And otherwise, I'll see you again next week. All right, my friends. Ciao.